Tottenham went away to Elland Road and beat Leeds. And it wasn't a lucky win. It was a statement. Mohammed Kudus scored his first goal for the club. Mathys Tel continued his impressive start with another strike. And under Thomas Frank, Spurs showed resilience, balance, and a new identity. Suddenly Tottenham don't just look good, they look dangerous. The big question now is whether this is just a hot streak or if Spurs are turning into genuine title contenders. Elland Road is never an easy place to play. Leeds are aggressive, relentless, and backed by one of the loudest fan bases in the Premier League. Tottenham knew they were in for a fight, and the match delivered exactly that. Leeds pressed high, tried to disrupt Spurs' rhythm and looked dangerous on the counter, but Tottenham didn't buckle. Instead, they went toe-to-toe with Leeds and found a way to win. For Spurs supporters, this is the kind of performance that feels new. In years past, Tottenham often struggled in these gritty away fixtures. They dominate possession but get bullied physically, or concede sloppy goals and lose control. Under Frank, this team looks tougher, more adaptable, and far more confident. The opening stages were frantic. Leeds pressed hard, and it was Tottenham who struck first. In the 22nd minute, Mathys Tel broke the deadlock with a deflected effort that wrong-footed the goalkeeper. It may not have been the cleanest strike, but Tel's ability to get into dangerous positions has already become a theme of his young Spurs career. At just 19, his fearlessness is striking. He presses defenders, makes intelligent runs, and constantly looks for a chance to shoot. Leeds responded well, they kept the pressure on, and just before halftime, they got their reward. Okafor leveled the score, punishing a lapse in concentration from Spurs' defense. In previous seasons, this is the moment where Tottenham might have lost their way. The crowd was electric. Leeds had momentum, and Spurs were wobbling. But the second half told a different story. Instead of collapsing, Tottenham showed resilience. They reorganized, slowed the tempo, and picked their moment. In the 57th minute, Mohammed Kudus, one of their marquee summer signings, delivered. A clever move saw him drift inside, take his chance, and slot home the winner. It was his first goal for the club, and it might be the first of many. From there, Spurs managed the game well. Leeds kept pushing, but Tottenham stayed compact, absorbed pressure, and looked threatening on the counter. When the final whistle blew, the 2-1 scoreline felt like more than just 3 points. It was proof that Tottenham are developing the mentality to grind out results in difficult environments. This win highlighted something bigger than one result, a new Tottenham identity under Thomas Frank. For years, Spurs have been accused of being soft, a team that played attractive football but lacked resilience when tested. That narrative might finally be shifting. Frank has brought structure and discipline to the squad. The midfield no longer collapses when pressed. The defense looks more cohesive, with Romero marshalling the back line. And the attack now has variety. Kudus brings unpredictability and creativity. Tel adds pace and pressing intensity. Romero's leadership remains invaluable. This balance is something Spurs have missed for years. Under managers like Mourinho and Conte, they had defensive discipline but lacked attacking freedom. Under Ange Postecoglou, they had flair but often left themselves exposed. Frank seems to have struck a middle ground, a side that can defend in numbers but also attack with purpose. Mathys Tel deserves special attention. At 19, he's already proving himself to be one of the most exciting young players in the league. His goal against Leeds might have been deflected, but it reflects his nose for danger. He presses defenders, makes clever runs, and doesn't shy away from responsibility. In many ways, he's giving Spurs the energy and unpredictability that used to come from players like Dele Alli in his prime. Mohammed Kudus also showed why Spurs invested in him. His technical ability, confidence on the ball, and eye for goal add a new dimension to Tottenham's attack. His first goal will give him belief, and if he grows into this role, he could be a genuine game changer. Behind them, Romero continues to be the backbone of the defense. His leadership, aggression, and ability to read the game keep the backline steady. And in midfield, Palhinha and Bentancur have been crucial. Palhinha gives Spurs the steel they've lacked for years, breaking up play and winning duels in front of the defense. Bentancur provides the balance. He's calm under pressure, keeps the ball moving, and links play between defense and attack. Together, they've brought the kind of energy and control Tottenham's midfield has been missing. Tottenham's biggest strength right now is their resilience. Leeds threw everything at them, and Spurs didn't crumble. That shows progress. The variety in attack also makes them unpredictable. With Tel, Kudus, and others, they can score in multiple ways. But weaknesses remain. Spurs still gave Leeds opportunities, especially when pressed high. They can look vulnerable when forced into quick transitions. Depth is another question. If Romero or Tel were to get injured, the Spurs have reliable replacements. And while Kudus looks promising, it's still early days. Consistency will be key. The Premier League title race is expected to revolve around Manchester City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. But Tottenham's start is forcing people to reconsider. City are dealing with midfield issues after losing Gundogan and De Bruyne. Arsenal remains strong, but Tottenham have shown they can compete with anyone on their day. Momentum matters in this league. Spurs' confidence is building with every win. And in a season where rivals have shown cracks, a resilient, balanced Tottenham could sneak into the conversation. This win over Leeds wasn't just about climbing the table. It was about proving something to themselves. Tottenham showed that they can handle pressure, respond to setbacks, and find solutions when games get tough. That's the mark of a team that could go far. Of course, one win doesn't make you champions. Spurs still have to prove they can do this consistently against the top teams, not just mid-table sides. But for now, there's a growing sense that this might not be the same old Tottenham. Tottenham's 2-1 victory at Elland Road was more than just 3 points. It was a message, a statement that this team has grown. They've gone from fragile to fearless, from hopeful to genuinely dangerous. The big question now is simple. Is this just a temporary hot streak, or are we witnessing the rise of genuine title contenders? Let me know what you think in the comments.